friends, it's Kylie back with you today, otherwise known as Paper Sweetpea, and I'm a Creative Memories advisor from Australia. Now if you follow me on Instagram, you will see a week or so ago I shared this very cute little lion that I created using the brand new Waterzoo 2 collection from Creative Memories. And today, as promised, I'm going to share with you how you can recreate this little guy. And I also just want to share with you just briefly this wonderful collection that has just released. You can see here there are 3 paper packs. We have the designer paper pack. We also have the Totally Tonal Zoo texture designer paper pack and the Fast to Fab inspired designer paper pack. Now this collection of course would be perfect for documenting any trips to the zoo or maybe a fun adventure holiday. There's lots of really cute elements that feature in this collection. I have here the layered embellishments for this range, and there was actually 4 sticker packs, which is just fantastic. There's this awesome Waterzoo 2 letter sticker pack, and then we have the Totally Tonal border stickers, as well as the border stickers. And then we've got our designer stickers, which you can see there. We've got 3 sheets of very cute animals. There's also a variety map pack to this collection as well. Now you're going to need a few tools to recreate your little lion. You're going to need both the smallest and the second largest oval custom cutting template and the smallest and medium sized circle. You're also going to need your 3 cutting blades, so the red, blue and green. And you're also going to need my very favorite punches, the piece by piece punch set. And out of the 3 punches, I'll be using these 2. You're also going to need just a very small scrap of white and black cardstock. I'm actually going to use the shimmer black, which has a lovely glittery appearance that you can see there. And I've also got my trusty tweezers as well as my precision point adhesive pen if I should need it for adhering any of the facial features. And of course my beloved repositionable tape and my foam squares. Now I've used 3 different papers to create my lion. I've selected these 2 from the designer paper pack, and I'm also going to be working with this paper from the Fast to Fab inspired paper pack, and predominantly I'm just going to be using just this yellow strip down here. Now to begin with, we need to cut the lion's face, and I'm using my medium-sized circle with my green blade around the inside track, which I've already cut, and that will be the circle for the face. I'm also going to bring in my second largest oval template, and we just need to cut 1 oval from the inside track with our red blade. Like so. We'll do all of our cutting. So the next thing we need to bring in is our smallest circle template, and we need to cut 6 small circles with the blue blade. So again, I'll just pop that into the track. Okay, so we've got 6 small circles, which we can just put to the side as well. Now the other thing we need to do, and I'm just going to bring in my scissors and remove this strip. The other thing we need to do is just bring in our piece by piece punch that is like the flower petal. And we just need to punch a good portion of these. Now I think from memory, this is for the lion's mane, I think from memory I may have used 12 or 13 of these. But you will have enough from this strip of paper. So I'm just going to punch along. And we can always punch more if we need more. There we go. we've got our little petals. They'll be for the mane. Now we just need to cut another circle, and this time I'm going to use this beautiful print paper. And I'm going to bring in my smallest circle cutting template again, but this time I'm going to cut from the outside track with my red blade. Like so. And I'm bringing in this yellow print paper now, and we need 2 circles from the inside track with our blue blade. So not using a lot of paper from this one. Okay, and that's all that we need to cut for now. We'll begin by working with the lion's head. So you're going to need the darker circle, the larger circle that we cut. You're going to need all of these little petals, as well as the lion's face. So to begin with, and you can see from my original design, to begin with, I've fringe cut all the way around this darker circle, and you can just do that. I like to use the finer tipped Creative Memories scissors, but I'm going to cheat a little bit because I have here in my craft stash, these would be about 100 years old. I've had them forever. I'm just going to cheat. These are fringing scissors that I like to start with. It just makes it a lot quicker. I'm just going to cut in best I can, and then I'm just going to continue then going around with my finer tipped scissors. All right, so we fringe cut all the way around. Now, a handy little tip that I like to do that just helps make the fringing stand out more in your layout is I like to just go around and just cut a small peak out here and there around the outside edge. It just helps to separate what you've cut, and it just helps to make that stand out just a wee bit more. Not being too perfect. There you can see, just made my way all the way around, and that's going to be our sweet little lion's mane. Okay, so now we need to wrap the lion's face with our petals. So I'm actually just going to put some repositionable tape across the entire back because it will be adhered to the mane. And then I'm just going to begin adhering each of these petals. Now I am overlapping them a little bit, and I'm probably adhering them probably 1/3. So 1/3 of the petal is in behind the lion's face. And I'm just going to continue that process until we've completely wrapped around this circle. That final little gap. So that's added the first layer of the mane around our lion. Now to adhere this to that darker layer, I'm actually going to use some foam squares just to add a little bit of dimension to his face. So he's starting to come together now. And with the oval that we cut, I'm just going to add a little bit of repositionable tape to one side. And this is going to be our lion's body. And we only need to really see probably about half or 2/3 of the body. Been a little bit too generous with my repositionable tape there. So I'm just going to erase that out of the way just with my finger. All right, so we have the head, we have the body. We can probably begin to work now on his little face. We've got these 2 smaller circles that are going to be added as his nose section. And again, I'm going to do that with some foam squares, just 1 on each. All right, so now it's time to add some facial features to our lion, and I'm going to bring in my white cardstock, and I've got the smallest oval template, which I'm going to cut 2 ovals from the inside track with my blue blade, and these will be for the lion's eyes, like so. And I'm just going to adhere these with my repositionable tape just above the little nose section there. And with the piece by piece punch set that features the little heart, we need to punch 2 of the little circles, well, not the smallest circle, the larger of the 2 circles. So 2 of those, and these will be the pupils for the eyes, like so. And I'm going to bring back in this brown paper, and I want to punch 1 of the hearts for the nose. We can add there. And I'm going to punch another one for the lion's ears. So what I've actually done, I've punched 1 heart and then I've cut it in half through the middle, which gives us the 2 little ear shapes that you see. And we're just going to add those to the top of the head. Now I am going to use my glue pen for this and my tweezers because they are fairly small pieces of paper, and I'm just going to tuck that in behind the head a little bit there with my tweezers, and that gives us the lion's ears. And we need a little mouth, so I'm going to use the little half moon section here for the mouth, and it is a tiny little piece. So again, I'm just going to use my glue pen. I also use this shape for the lion's claws, which we'll get to in a moment. Just going to pick up that smile, and I always do my little mouths off center. I just think it gives them a cute little facial expression, like so. Now back to our petal punch. We're going to work for our tail, so I'm just going to punch 1 of these for the tail. And then back to our little sheet here, we just need to cut, I'm not even really measuring this, probably it's 3/8 of an inch wide. We just want a little edge that we can create a tail from. You can curve it if you wish, curve it out just a little bit. Just with my scissors, and it will go onto the body like so, and I use a foam square for the tip of the tail just so that it stands out that little bit. So our lion's now ready to have his paws added, but I'm actually not going to do that until he's ready to add to my scrapbooking layout. Alrighty, so I've brought in a piece of paper from the Fast to Fab inspired paper pack, and you can see that I love these papers because you've already got, you know, some intricate work here and varying textures and patterns on the paper. So to start with, I'm actually going to add one of the border stickers. And I love the zoo gates here on this bottom sticker. Okay, so I'm just going to add that to the top portion there of the zebra stripe, like so. Now there was a fabulous bamboo border punch that was released with this collection, which I love and I've been using quite a bit of. But for today, however, I'm going to be using my wildflowers border punch because I wanted to create some grass for our lion to be sitting in. And I'm going to bring in this beautiful green paper from the designer paper pack. Just open up my border punch. And I'm just going to punch all the way along. Just bring in my 12-inch trimmer so that we can trim away that border strip. So, and I'm going to bring in another alternate green piece of paper and just do the same thing. So that way we've got a little bit of difference in colouring. So I'm just going to line that up and punch all the way along again. I'm just going to add these to the base of our zoo gates like so. And layer our second one over the top. I'm just going to add one of these zigzag prints border stickers to the base there. Alright, so before I go any further, I can now bring in my lion and we can get him positioned onto the page. Now I can bring in the little circles that we've cut to add as his paws. And basically what we want to do is just layer them over each other at the front of his body there. So tucking in underneath his mane to start with. Got one, and I've allowed for 3 on each side, so just overlapping a little. 2, 3, like so. All right, to finish him off, we need to bring in our little punch again for the half moon shape, and this is just a little extra that I like to do. I like to add some claws to my lion, so we're going to need 6 of these punched. And again, I'm just going to use my glue pen for this because they're quite tiny, so we just need a little bit on the back. And then just with my tweezers, I can add them to the base of each circle as a claw. Okay, so I finished off my little lion. I've added some claws to the front of his paws there, and I just for balance want to add a little extra border strip to the top, and then it will be ready to add some photos. So I'm just going to lift that out of the way for now. Bring back in the green paper that we used down the bottom. And I've got my decal blade that I'm just going to change out my straight blade for. And I just want to cut an inch wide strip from this paper. Like so, very simple. I won't forget to change back my blade to the straight blade. All right. I'm going to add this to the very top of our page. Like so. And I want to use the border sticker that says Walk on the Wild Side, which is the matching border sticker to the one we used down below. Alrighty, so I finished my little top banner here, and I've allowed for 3 photos on this page. You could rearrange to suit your own needs, of course. The photo mats for my photos measure 5 inches by 3.5 inches, which means I'm going to trim my photos down to 4.75 inches by 3.25, and that will just give me a beautiful little frame around each of my photos. So I'm going to add a cute little title down here near my lion, just using the uppercase of these alpha stickers. So there you have it, friends. That's how I've created my very cute lion and added it to my layout. Don't forget that if you create this for yourselves, I would love to see what you've made. So please tag me on Instagram, that's paper_sweetpea, or feel free to post your layout to my Facebook page. If you're in Australia and you would love any more information about Creative Memories or Creative Memories products, all of the links are below this video. But for now, thanks for being here with me today. Have fun creating, and I shall see you next time. Bye.